Welcome back to Europa Universalis 5, episode number 2. Really cool load screen here with Martin Luther. So I can definitely appreciate that there's more going on now and there's an extra 100 years, but early on, I don't think I'm going to be going all the way to 1820 unless the campaign really starts to roll off. I think I've made some big mistakes in the early years here, not getting us enough of a head start financially, and I'm going to try to be more bold going forward. Specifically, I think I need to cut costs down significantly for fort maintenance as low as I can, so fully mothballed. Navy maintenance almost as low as I can make it, keeping these costs quite a bit lower, and that should help us make sure we still have at least a positive tick on the court cost, but that should help us raise money a little bit faster. Healthy balance, we can start to reinvest and create an even healthier balance. And of course, research should help us at the same time as we get a little bit off our alliance from Aragon. Oof, do I want an Aragon alliance? Right now, Castile certainly likes us a good bit. But they have a truce with us because I think we've been running out of diplomatic relation possibilities. We can't afford a Castile alliance these days. 2.8 below our capacity, but do we have enough? They would join a defensive league. That would be a new one. I think for a lack of ability to maintain one with Castile these days, I do think we need to accept this one from Aragon, which then gives us full relationships, at least on the outer sides of Iberia. Okay, Navarra wants to push our defensive league up to another level. Yet nobody is willing to join. Far so good on the finances, though. We're making 3 ducats a month. Oh, this is gonna hurt. We've got a event here where we're going to lose a lot of satisfaction either out of the burghers or out of the commoners. We're sitting stagnant at 40. Burghers are at 47, so if anything, I should probably take care of the burghers and hope that the commoners don't rise up against me. That's a big loss, 20%. They'll gain it back pretty quick, but we are not getting any taxes out of them right now, and it was 10. Oh, there's the mutual defense. I'm going to vote for the assured again. And Aragon has called us to war. This would be our first. It's with Majorca. I think if anything, I would probably accept and then just send our navy in to help. I'm talking about a pretty small enemy here. I'm actually surprised it's not already part of Aragon. It's a defensive war. They have no allies. Let's bring up the naval maintenance, keep the fort maintenance low, and the army maintenance low. Wait a little bit of time for morale to tick up before we head out. Oh, it's not just on the first anymore. Okay, that's morale taken care of. There's already been one battle, and it looks like it's been naval. There we go. Research institution growth. I think we have one left that we were actively working on. That's our current research. We're up to 1.41 from 1.33%. It's going a little bit faster than before. I think that's our clergy estate satisfaction bonus coming in. Now the nobility is going to be upset too. Awesome. Cost of purchasing food. Cultural tradition is probably the bonus we need, though. Army tradition long term. We're gonna have a fight. Diplomatic capacity. Let's go with the cultural tradition first. Ooh, cancel. Shift click. We want to add that to queue. Probably the diplomatic after. Army tradition. And food purchasing. Okay, some of the Aragonese are kind of heading back. Majorcans are lacking. Okay, let's take them on. We have similar levels, but their morale is very low. And there's about to be a battle here, maybe. You're running away, aren't you? This guy should be coming in. Getting a lot of fog of war penalties. Not sure how they turned around and avoided that one. There's 4. Port is here. So we'll head back. Still making a positive balance, by the way. Food is low. Food is low. How do we get food? Can we get food from Spain? I guess we'll find out here in a second. No daily change. We're not getting food from here. Which means we need to go home to get food, I guess. Castile, by the way, did take some of Morocco and Granada and into the peninsula there as well. War's already up to 57%, even though there's been no occupation. It is a defensive war, so it's pretty easy to claim, and it looks like they're holding some land. That is part of Majorca, and they are sieging it down. How's our food? Still not going up. It's really nice that I can figure out some of the mechanics of war without really having to be involved in the war. Aragon's up 61% on that war score, so it's only a matter of time until the war is won. Now, we had our navy over there. We've brought them back because they ran out of supply. What I'm finding at the moment, though, is, at least currently, we are not refilling food supply that they ran out of. I don't want to be losing all of our sailors needlessly. It's a good opportunity for us to figure things out, so I'm trying to see what happens. But the map mode I'm in right now is supply, and Lisbon is not great for it, but it's definitely the best place. So we're in the port of Lisbon. We should have an opportunity to recover some supply. Our army has supply. Our navy had supply. So we'll see if, as we proceed, whether they begin to recover that. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Supply is not changing for some reason. Are we actually in port here? Well, there you go. The Age of Renaissance has begun. New era of knowledge, arts, and progress is emerging due to growing interactions and institutions in the medieval societies affected by Pax Mongolica, the Islamic Golden Age, and the European Renaissance. We get to choose between an administrative, a diplomatic, or a military focus. Long term, we're probably going to go with the administrative, but I can see what the bonuses are, so I suppose that's going to matter more. Literacy, legislative efficiency are all going to be really helpful long term, especially as we are just struggling to get ahead with the finances as things are. Market attraction, that would help with finances. Trade maritime advantage would help with finances. We definitely don't need to go with the military focus. The diplomatic focus is going to help us in two ways. One, there actually are a lot of financial boosts that are going to come from that, and I think that can also push us into colonization, which is the direction we're headed, especially as we've not been able to get on top of things early enough, strong enough, conveniently enough to begin military expansion as it is. And the administrative focus is only slightly going to help more financially, where this is going to have kind of dual effect. So I'm going to take a diplomatic focus. Well, we don't seem to be gathering food. Why, I do not know. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Had to toggle it on. Now we have food. Let's get them back in. We might be able to do that in Aragon, or we might be able to do that here. Okay, so we are helping with the siege, helping with that war scored there just a little bit. It's actually down to 30% at the moment. Oh, they lost control of these provinces somehow. Now, of course, if you're brand new to EU5, this time around, especially with the earlier start 100 years earlier, things have changed, and now we have levies before you get into your proper recruits. So it's why I found it so strange that we begin with 300 regular recruits, though you could see ultimately we can only gather just shy of 3k worth of regular recruits, where the levies can give us 15,000. But here's the thing about the levies, and in short why I haven't called any up. Well, two reasons why I haven't called them up. One, there's going to be a financial constraint on calling them up. There's going to be a cost, and it's a cost we can't really afford right now. So I'm letting Aragon handle it. But two, the other cost is the manpower cost, and not this manpower number up here. That is a number directly for our regular recruits, not the levies. The levies are actual human pops from within the game. As in, coming back over here for a moment, if we drop in on this province, random rural province, there's plenty of food within the province. There is a windmill and nothing else. They grow wheat here. You can see it's wide open and flat. Lots of wheat fields. If we look at the demography, there's 35 nobles, 70 clerics, 1,200 laborers, and 12,000 peasants. There's your levies. That's your levies right there. Actual pops. You're taking them out of your population. They go to war. They die from attrition. They die from combat. They don't return. I don't have a need. I don't have skin in the game on this particular war. There's no major reason for me to commit our humans to this war. We got a monastery that we are losing 40 gold on when we only have 37. We're going to gain 20 prestige. I don't have a choice here. King has declared it. That's why they have declared it. We have peace. And how is that minus 44? And we do have the assured defense now. Majorca? Okay, some of it is Aragon now. So they took the few provinces up here, and like one from the main Majorcan island. Is that like Ibiza or something like that? Anyway, let's go ahead and get our navy back on their regular task. Objective, control the seas. And we'll take that Iberian west coast and confirm. Alright, let's jump back into the economy where we have this nasty negative number now with our naval maintenance turned back down. And we've been forced into a loan, which comes with 10% interest. So we're going to pay an extra 6.7 gold on top of having to repay that. So just as we're starting to get things under control, we don't have things under control. I feel like the audio is so loud in the game all of a sudden. Okay, that should be better. Soundtrack's awesome. But you also need to be able to hear me. We do have some insurgents growing, and rather rapidly, from some negative events that we've had here. But we do have some prestige now that we certainly didn't have before, just for our small part in that war. We're still not making much of a profit here, and then we've got this stupid loan to repay. Okay, so Bologna, the Renaissance has begun. That's the origin of the institution. It's got to spread to us before we can make use of it, and I would assume begin. Man, I feel like that cathedral thing has really cost us. Okay, I mentioned before I need to be more aggressive, and I don't think I'm being aggressive enough. I need to make some hard decisions over a couple of like castles. Like maybe we drop this castle in this particular town. It's just costing us way too much. Infrastructure, castles. This is, well, right now it costs us 0.12. I think it would normally cost us 0.25. We have cost down to half right now. That's not as much as I thought it would be. We'll leave it. I was expecting half a ducat now and maybe a full ducat later. The commoner is also climbing, so both of them having taken some negative events later recently where we lost a lot of satisfaction is creating an issue. Ooh, diplomatic insult from Castile. Man, we need to keep Castile happy. There goes 10 of our legitimacy. We've had a lot of negative events to open this thing up, and nothing good. Absolutely nothing good happening for us. Universal Christianity. Okay, the monthly diplomats has increased. Some research, at least, has completed for us. My goodness, this is just one negative event after another. I've had campaigns like this in EU4, certainly. We all have. But this is absurd at the rate. It's been a day since the last negative event, and here we are with 7 stability, and we barely have any of that, or 10 prestige, and somebody dying. That is our Chancellor. So let's hire a new cabinet member. Of course, that was the better one. This is the only cabinet member I have right now available. Oh, that's going to come with a cost. Let's not. We got to pay him to come into the job. It's still happening even without somebody, so we're still making some progress. We'll leave it unappointed. 2 alliances available. Andorra, Castile. Castile is ready for an alliance. Okay, too many relations. 2.5% over. Alright, we may need to end our alliance with Aragon now that we have the Castile one, and we are too high on the relationship counter, so... Okay, so we're gonna break the alliance. And that should... Yes, that took care of it. And here we go, birth of professional armies. Now's the time that starts to kick in. But we already have Venezia. Okay, minting. I need to turn minting down for the sake of being able to build it up. We're not going to do much minting at all. We're going to keep it on a minimal and hope that we can actually get ahead of it. The silver and gold supply that we have, as limited as it is, we're never quite enough. If we mint less, then we might actually be able to get it to 100% efficiency here at some stage and have it be more effective. We're down to 1 advisor, and here is your next negative event. Just a short while later after the other one, we're going to lose 10 prestige once again, or quiet retirement seems a little bit better option for us. Yeah, we'll take the quiet retirement, house arrest. We don't need to put him to death. At least we saved the prestige on that one, but now we have 0 cabinet members, and definitely don't have the finances to bring in another. We still have this loan to repay, actually, so we're not even in position to magically, suddenly have our next upgrade at about 50 gold. Banking! But Venice, again. Nobility insurgents is at 13%. They're still dragging on, but we are recovering both of those. So they're coming up. They'll stop being mad before too long here, anyway. The nobility in particular is getting awfully close to neutral. May have to find a way to boost that, like, on a more immediate sense before too long, but 15% is such a low. Commoners getting uppity with 9%, really. It's just hitting me with one after another. Commoners lose 10%. Nobility lose 10%. Let's go with the commoners. Move 10 points towards serfdom. Yeah, enforce the authority. Now the commoners are going to be really upset again, as that was just drawing near. All of a sudden it's down to 32%. I think I'm going to have to do something about that here, otherwise it's going to take off real quick. Loan, taken over. Oh, hey. Too many things happening. Cultural tradition, advanced research. Okay, so that one's done. We're almost done with those earliest ages. Loan, take it over. Bank of Peruzzi has taken over our loan. Interesting that it's now not just random money from nowhere. It's suddenly becoming money from specific places. Finally, we have 50 gold. But again, we have paying interest. Yeah, we're paying half. Oh, the estates? Okay, so the estates loaned us the money in the first place. And then now the bank is also. There's the debt. The debt's 90 now. It's greater than it was. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see if we can get one of these repaid. Repay the international loan. There we go. That's one taken care of. That cuts down what we're paying monthly a fair bit. There's such a knock-on effect from those loans. It's terrible. Okay, the commoner is not as bad as I expected. It only went up to 0.38. It's the nobility that's still a bigger problem, but the nobility is closer to not having an issue anymore. All right, what do we have? Our artist. We didn't have an artist. Do we have one now? We have a positive event. We get 15 cultural tradition. Sweet. A positive event. They do exist. I feel like that's the first literal first one we've had. Down to 37th, below where we started. Looking at those advances, yeah, we have a few scheduled. We're 82% done with our diplomatic capacity going up a fair bit, which might actually allow us to have an Aragon alliance, but I think Castile is enough. I think we're just fine with a Castile one, and we could turn the others into subjects and whatnot. Okay, we discovered an agent from Morocco. No surprise, we are rivals. Okay, wave of obscurantism. We can gain 5 research progress, 5 points right away, which we're about to max out on that one anyway. But we lose stability. I don't want to lose stability. Let's lose the research progress. We need the stability. Our stability is terrible. That hurt. We drop back down to 70%, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Resolution proposed. The defensive league thing. We have a... Okay, we can call Parliament. We'll go to Lisboa for this one. Promote castle works. That's fort building costs. Moves us towards being defensive. We don't need that. Promote member of the clergy. Their satisfaction equilibrium moves up 20 points. Sponsor a cathedral. We don't need to be doing that. That's going to cost 82 ducats. So far the clergy one. Market expansion acts. Trade maintenance goes down by 25%. Definitely sounds good, though it's not well supported. And rush of merchants. Definitely don't need expand officers list. Population growth. That actually could be a really good thing, though there's absolutely no support for it right now. The expansion axe has to be the direction we go with that one. At least it has a chance. Ooh, cost of court. Oh, right, while we conduct the parliament. Okay, to help it. We cannot afford much to happen here. The clergy and the burghers are the only ones. The clergy, 4% we can give up quite easily. The burghers are at 49. So that's only going to gain us 18% chance. I don't want to break an alliance with Castile. Hell no. 40% chance. Oh, and a town demands a seat. Well, what do we have? Urban Parliament seat. Okay, I'm pretty okay with that. Burgers gain satisfaction, and we gain 25% support. Yes. There you go. Nobility appeased. 2 antagonism centered at Lisboa. And we're going to lose even more. Joy. But suddenly it looks like it's going to pass. There's your diplomatic capacity. A little late, but it's done. I think we nearly have the ducats to pay off our last piece of debt. Not quite. We need 41 to pay it back. Coming of age. This is our heir, is it not? No, it is someone a little further down the line. She's getting a party. I don't know what it would be in Portugal versus Spain, but it'd be like a quinceañera, right? Okay, we're down to just the commoners now. The nobility has gotten back to their equilibrium, even though it's not quite 50%. They're back to it, and they are no longer a threat. Their potential rebels have disbanded. Burgers, 5% support. Okay, sweet. Let's check on those possible diplomatic actions. Andorra. Do we want an alliance with Andorra? Oh, settlers from Aragon. Where do we want to put them? 80k down there. 10 peasants will migrate each month from Barcelona to Algarve for 24 months. Sure, let's bring in more people. Okay, we need to get this daughter of ours married. So we've got an interesting situation here, as there's a much more character-driven focus in EU5 than there was prior. You did have those marriages with your alliances before, and it rarely amounted to anything noteworthy. Occasionally, rarely, it could lead to a union situation where you could then absorb the nation. Right now, as we are fairly weak and insignificant, it's taking even weaker and more insignificant nations to get anywhere with this one, as she's not our heir. She's down the line. So we've got a chance to pick up one of these, the ones in green, one of these OPMs, one province minors. Through this relationship, we could potentially get them onto the throne, get that union, and turn them into a subject of ours, through one form or another. Now, as 5 of the 6 are landlocked, I think the obvious choice is Narbonne. Their great power score is a 37. They're on the weaker side. It's only a 17-year-old character. Oh, but he's not even the heir. Do I have an heir? There is an heir. Wait, ruler. Oh, that one's further away, though. That one's a little bit closer, at least. Navarre is not too far away. Going with the heir is a good possibility, right? You might end up getting the relationship you want. Okay. Gain prestige. And there is no gold coming out. Noted. Oh, there's your gain. Claim throne, Casus Belli. But it just doesn't make sense locationally to do it through any other method besides just natural. So far, our parliament's still in session, looking really good. We've got a month left, 70% roughly chance. We've nearly got the gold to pay back the final loan. Social mobility. Negative. Negative. Oh, God. Single positive event, but they just keep hitting us with so many negatives. We cannot get ahead. Nobility and clergy. The clergy can spare. The nobility, this is going to start us all over again. The equilibrium is higher now, though, so the monthly change is actually really high at the moment. I think we're going to have to take that one. Okay, it passes. That's good. We get the rush of merchants, but we're also going to get that trade capacity for trade maintenance. reduction, which means we should be able to make a little bit more money. We are approaching payoff levels. Diplomats coming back as we have maximum opinion now with Spain, and we have just barely enough to pay this off. I want to get a little bit of reserve before we do. There we go. And we will repay. That's it. We are loan free. No, they're at 45%. Let's not tax them anymore right now. It would be nice to tax the clergy if it were possible. Hey, we got a positive. Okay. 5 Army and Navy tradition and 10% happiness for the nobility. Already resolves the recent problem we were just encountering. So debt-free and gaining 4 ducats a month is by far the best we've been. We've dropped back down to possible defense with Navarra. 4 years till the Aragon truce expires. Commoners are the only ones unhappy, and they're up to 47%. That problem will be gone soon. The Sunni Zealots still exist, but they're only at 3%. We still have needs for the Pops, but it wasn't as serious as I thought it was when we first started. Possible diplomatic options. Andorra. Oh, Peruzzi. Bank of Peruzzi wants to be an alliance. Okay, clearly Italy is not merged. Oh yeah, no, they are all over the place. Northern Italy. Monthly army tradition goes up. Well, looks like the Andorra alliance could probably be a good thing. They will accept. We'll take that one. So the guarantee has now turned into a full-blown alliance. Ooh, and we have 31 ducats. Profit margin is growing. As soon as we hit 50, we're going to invest that in whatever the most profitable building. Last we saw, that was cabinets. That was some years ago, though. Oh, hello, we have a death. Pedro de Borgoña has died, age 59. He was our ruler's older brother and died from heart failure. I love that they even have a reason. What caused it? Heart attack. His fame will be eternally remembered. He's done absolutely nothing for our nation, but sure. Okay. Checking in on things. That rush of merchant. Plenty of time that's going to last. Maria de Borgoña is the heir right now, and she's so weak compared to the dead hunting accident son that we had. It'd be nice to fill these seats, but at least they're still making progress even without them full. Ooh, maritime presence is really low because we have our navy maintenance turned all the way down. We do still have a trade advantage on our coast, but we're going to need to turn up our naval maintenance very soon. Oh, and we're on our final research. We're going to jump in and see what's going to come next. Age of Traditions is nearly complete. Maybe not quite. There's still a fair bit to do. There's one more row. Construction speed. RGO. Not sure what the RGO is an acronym for. However, it's got something to do with, there's tools there, and I would imagine as it's rural territory, it's something about supplies available for us. That's clearing of terrain. Yeah, so it'd be getting the most out of, like, say you're growing wheat here, it's going to expand your wheat capacity within the province, I would assume. Stability investment would be nice because we're not going anywhere with stability as we're saving that money. Monthly religious influence. It's good and bad, but I think we're going to go the historic path and stay with the Catholicism in Portugal. So probably we're going to queue these up in this order, as that would finish off the Age of Traditions, barring whatever this one is, which we don't have for some reason. Requirements not met. Oh, we have to be a meritocracy. Okay, that makes sense. And then there's the Age of Renaissance. And I'm guessing we can't do it because we do not have... Yeah, we have not embraced Renaissance yet. Or banking, as they are not happening locally. That's going to be a process. We'll have to check on institutions, as that's what these particular trees are in regards to. So I'll have to find the institutions map mode here and see if we're even progressing towards that, if the system is similar to EU4. There we go. Institutions under demography, I think it was. All right, we are showing absolutely nothing, but we are making progress. You'd figure Lisboa is going to be the first one to obtain any of these, as it's a port city. Porto maybe. No, Porto's not even progressing. Faro's not progressing, so it's literally just Lisboa, and it's making some progress. Professional armies, banking, Renaissance, it hasn't even started, but banking and professional armies close to 10%. It's going to be a long time before we're able to embrace those. So definitely finishing up the first age research is going to make a lot of sense for us. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's starting. It's starting. The Black Death. Dartling. Is that one of our provinces? Okay, let's read the whole thing here. This is a massive part of this game. Disturbing news has reached us from Dartling as we recently received the following report from there. Alas, our ships enter the port, but of 1,000 sailors, hardly 10 are spared. We reach our homes, our kindred and our neighbors come from all parts to visit us. Woe to us, for we cast at them the darts of death. Whilst we spoke to them, whilst they embraced us and kissed us, we scattered the poison from our lips. Going back to their homes, they in turn soon infected their whole families. When 3 days succumbed, and we buried in one common grave. Priests and doctors visiting the sick returned from their duties ill, and soon were numbered with the dead. O death, cruel, bitter, impious death, which thus breaks the bonds of affection and divides father and mother, brother and sister, husband and wife. Lamenting our misery, we feared to fly, yet we dared not remain. Oh, rats! Hint, hint. Black Death has begun to spread from Dartling. Okay. We are far away, I think. Let's find Dartling. It's way over here in the Golden Horde. There she is. The Black Death begins here. Now it's going to be a good while before it makes it from way the heck over here on the Caspian Sea, reach us in Portugal. But it's not going to take as long as you think. It's going to spread pretty damn quickly. We're going to have to keep a very close eye out and do everything we can. There is no avoiding the Black Death. The bubonic plague is going to hit. It's going to hit hard. But what we need to do is have it hit less hard than it hits our peers. If it hits us less hard, we are going to recover more quickly. And right now, as we are in a state of essentially financial ruin, we're not prepared at all for this to hit us, and it's going to be a heck of a process trying to make it out of this one. We're not going to be unscathed. That's impossible. But to come out of this a little less poorly than others, we could easily lose half our population for this. You can see that our population is growing. Lisboa in particular, like plus 139 right now. It's growing rather rapidly. Faro's doing okay, and Faro is doing okay because we are bringing in the Aragonese, getting that plus 10. Otherwise it would be a plus 4 naturally. This is now for the sake of people. Okay, well, We have some time. Yeah, our first fixes. Isolation. It's going to cost us 10 stability when the time comes. Remedies. Okay, looking at this one. 23 gold to make it happen. We gain stability, we gain legitimacy, and Burgos and Lisboa will have procure remedies. That's definitely something to help. Build disease resistance buildings is going to be the other thing, which sad thing is we desperately need to build our first building that's going to help us make more money so that we can afford to do these things. We're about to cross that 50 gold threshold. And so it's a race. It's a race against the clock. I want one more tick up before we start this process. But then we're going to try to build hospitals. There we go. Okay. So production. Yeah, Carpenters Guild still stands out as the most profitable option there, and Lisboa is the place that's going to make the most. And actually the cost isn't as bad as I thought. It's 32. No? But it says 50. Do we have a discount? Oh, we have one here. So it's like an expansion of what we already have. Well, that's good. It's not going to cost me the full 50 then. Yeah, we have one of 13. Okay. So we're going to expand that to level 2. Oh, negative event. Prestige or legitimacy. Definitely lose the prestige. Okay, I think we have enough for the remedies. We do. It's going to help us with the stability and legitimacy. And it lasts till the end of the game, so it's not like it's going to go away on us. Looks like it did come with a regular cost, though, of some kind. No, cost of the court's not. Oh, there you go. Paying to procure remedies. That is a constant cost, unfortunately. We could have waited on that. Could have waited on that one. Because it's definitely not going to have hit us yet. It's going to be a while. So far, just 9 countries affected from the plague. It's early yet, but it's expanding fast. The Golden Horde's already lost 60,000. What is present is measles. Cost of purchasing food is down. Love that you get weather with the seasons. Snow in the mountains. Yeah, big mistake with our procure remedies, right? I'm wasting so much gold on this one. I could have timed it until it reaches us. That saved 2.5 ducats a week, a month. And actually, you know what? We can. It's only going to cost 20 to 20 to cancel, 22 to reinstate. Do I guess that it's going to take? I mean, that's 20 months. Is it going to take 2 years to reach me? Let's see how fast has it grown. It's grown to 12 nations already. Let's see how fast it's growing. It's growing pretty quick. But I think it might take more than 20 months to reach us. Oh, come on. We got another negative event here. Burgers can gain 10% satisfaction and some gold, but it's going to cost us 66, which we don't have anywhere near that much right now. It's going to forcibly take a loan. Gasper de Lima becomes a commoner instead of a burger, and we lose 5%. We're going to have to lose. We don't have that 66 gold to spare. Oh yeah, no, it's starting to take off here pretty quick. Already just starting to reach out here. Kaffa. Kiev. Yeah. Here it comes. Here it comes. Constantinople. It's going to be less than 20 months before it gets. In fact, there it is. Way over here. I think Lisbon's the one place you build a hospital or a mission, whatever we can afford, whenever we can afford. You put it in Lisbon, decrease the number of deaths there. That's where the most people are. Power to nobility, I guess. Hospitals, 200. 50 for the mission. Oh, no, there's no disease. Oh, yeah, disease resistance plus 5%. The hospital gives 10% and life expectancy. We gain 5 legitimacy. We have a positive. We have a positive. The legitimacy matters more than the prestige. So we'll take that back up to a 70 finally. Total deaths, it's already over 1.2 million. There, this is probably us, right? Black Death spreads. It's arrived inside our country. Okay, what can we do other than pray? We lose 7 stability. And there you go. That offsets the 7 that we gained, or 10 that we gained for the... Yeah, it's in Lisbon. Of course it's in Lisbon. Our resistance is just 13%. Hold. Let's do this. We're gonna take a loan. We're intentionally putting ourselves in debt. We need the hospital. Can I wait? How much was the hospital gonna cost? 200. No, we can't afford that. Let's build the mission. Oh, we can't build a mission. The mission is, so it's got to be a hospital, which means we need 200. We need 200 gold. I already took the loan. Well, let's keep going. There's 200 gold. That's going to cost us so much, but the scary thing is it's also going to take me time to get this built. It's not going to be built on day 1. 215 days. Will we still be alive? Will we still be alive when the time comes? I guess we'll soon find out. Here we go. The Black Death strikes. Of course, we're paying interest on those loans too, so at least we still have a positive balance here for now. The deaths are going to start piling up though. 180 days. Oh, we could isolate the country. Going to use 10 stability, but whoa, well, that just happened fast. I was about to isolate, and now we have a whole new set of things. Total deaths already over 3 million. Country deaths is at 15. We don't have enough stability to isolate cities, but we can move court into hiding. I don't have that many people in court. I think I'm going to have to risk them as well. Controlling the food market. Again, stability. Oh, there's your isolate the country. Though we're actually not trading externally. Segregation and expelling the sick is probably the best control methods. We can get free stability this way. And this way, find culprits, blame random people. That's what they did, right? Alright, we see our options. Black Death. It's coming. Really? One of the first ones to die? Our ruler's wife has died. I said I was going to risk it, but man, didn't expect 5 seconds later to already have our first... We're going to spread even faster now. But the commoners are going to be happy. Joy. The other was an impossible situation. Hospital is going to be done in 90 days. And suddenly it's at 5%. It's a little too late. Population's dropping. We had about 80k. It's suddenly down to 76. Ooh, it's gone from Lisbon for the moment. It has left the country. But it's back. As it's starting to take over Castile. First little outbreak, we lucked out. Foreign aid. Castile. We're going to lose some trade advantage, but I think we don't have a choice, yes. And the hospital is done. We have a hospital. It's going to help hold it back. We still got 70,000 people here. We've only lost a few thousand so far. But here it comes over the border. Do we want to isolate the country? Alright, folks. We're going to take a little stopping point here. It's the end of this episode. The Black Death is on our doorstep and over the threshold there just a little bit, but our casualties at the moment are not severe. However, our financial situation got a whole lot worse. Yes, we have a hospital in Lisbon, and it's going to help us keep some of those individuals alive. We've lost a few thousand already, but can we limit the losses and keep up our general population for the most part? Well, one province in the north is very much experiencing the Black Death at the moment with 5%. Quite a few of those people are going to lose their life, but will it spread? How quickly will it spread? Can we keep them out? We just sacrificed 10 stability. Will I get it back? Nope. We just have 10 stability sacrificed for good. We've got to recover the finances. That 200 gold, roughly, that we borrowed is a lot of loans to repay. And right now we're not making a profit as things stand. And we're going to lose people, which means we have vacancies, which means it's going to be hard to make money. We've got a lot of obstacles upcoming here. And this is a big old scare. Love that we get to play with this mechanic now. But man, oh man, terrified. Do me a favor, click that like button, leave a comment. Do we have much hope? Can we keep the number of losses down? Current deaths are just 3,000, just 2 locations, but we know it's going to get worse. It's going to get a whole lot worse. But yeah, help me out with that algorithm, and then I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.